looks like it's happening. Right. Well, I said bigoted, but you see, that's what racist people do.
I mean,
Ain't nobody called you racist. But that's what.
honestly,
Well, sounds like if the shoe fits. Sounds like if the shoe fits. Like
just
just
saying, you just he's not
I've been nothing but kind to you people. Come work for me. Be my mate.
Yes, Al, we are back. Can't stand it.
Ooh. Oh, messed up.
If you don't know where it comes
Like, if only he would stop.
but I love, like, we could have
Right. Leave it alone, man. Mouse was
I don't know.
I told you. You gotta get you some headphones.
So yeah, that's
You're not gonna wear them. You just gotta plug them into so the audio will stay. Only audio we hear should be the one that is coming from. Come on,
I know.
man.
I keep saying so because I hear you on both as well. But the people don't hear. They only hear audio. They don't hear listening.
Oh, guess what, man? Some people. You calling me a
I
not
know.
person? You calling me a not a person?
No, I'm saying I'm dealing with the same thing. You have to know.
Well, there's no audio that's coming out of my speaker for your voice, so that's impossible. It's impossible. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Here we go. Can I say words?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes when it cuts my audio. Instagram. Now they apparently made it automatically. Yeah, man, there's no audio from your voice. So you can't be dealing with the same thing.
I don't
You're a
know.
liar.
What do you mean? I'm serious.
So, all right, watch. You ready? I'll show you. Ready?
Mhm.
Now I want you to hold on. Let me turn the music off. I'll give you an example of how I do it. This is with music. Turn the music off, right? And then I'm gonna go back to your page. Okay. Now I want you to tell me what the weather was like today.
It was 60 degrees,
And
and I don't know. It was just regular.
so now Instagram's able to hear your voice, so that would be double voice, right? Because I got you in my headphones. But now your actual voice is coming out of my physical speaker. So the microphone from my headphones is picking up your voice. And if StreamYard, I don't have StreamYard on my thing, but if it's picking up double voice, because it's then playing outside the speaker from that too. So you're getting your voice probably double. But that's because
No, so okay, so my voice, because I have on headphones,
yeah,
so that voice is going to my phone, and that's what the people on Instagram are going to hear.
right.
And it's noise canceling, so they're not going to hear like the sound coming from
Oh, you know,
my iPad.
where's that? Miss Teresa, which voices do you hear? Do you hear one set of voices, or do you hear any kind of echoing at all? We didn't actually ask the people. The people
We
were
asked,
supposed to
I
be
asked
the
them
thing. What they say?
yesterday, and
They
nobody
say
said
that
anything.
nobody was hearing it. That's good.
Nobody said anything.
Well,
So
then
it's
there you
like
go.
me, because my headphones are
When I turn my volume down, I don't hear your voice anymore, and I only hear your voice on Instagram. But I can
Right.
hear myself coming out of your physical. You said it was your iPad, right?
Yeah, you can hear it just like
I
I
can
can
hear.
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you coming out of the iPad as well. But it's
Yeah.
like I'm just having to deal
You
with
don't
it
hear
because
yourself twice, do you?
nope.
That's what I'm saying. So you're not dealing with what I'm dealing with. I can hear
Do you
myself
hear your?
twice.
Oh, well, that
That's
means
because
your
it's coming
headphones.
out. It's coming. I hear my. Well, I hear your audio, but when I
Mhm.
talk and you turn that volume up on your iPad, I can hear myself again. So it's a double. That's why I was like, turn your speaker down. And he's like, what speaker? And I was like,
Yeah,
wherever I'm
no,
coming out of.
it's yeah, it's like less
Ouch.
than half. I
Yeah,
hear
that's good.
both
I
of
don't hear
them.
it as bad now. When you turn it down, I don't hear it.
It's been like that since I got on, man.
Come
What
on,
you talking about?
man. Come on. Now you
I
gotta
think
just
you're just
make up
making
stuff.
stuff up.
You gotta make it up.
I think you need a better set of noise canceling headphones.
It's not how noise canceling works, but I'm not gonna let you
Yeah, it
believe
is.
that.
Cause I
What?
no, I'm serious. Cause I can hear you coming out of my. And people are probably gonna tell us to shut up in a minute.
I was
I
gonna
can
say,
hear you
man, it's
coming.
like noise canceling is for outside noise, but I hear
No,
what you're
but I can.
saying. Ouch.
I yeah, I can hear you coming from the iPad, but it's very. I'm just like I said. I turned my thing down some, and I'm just like pushing through it.
Right.
Um, but the like if it's totally quiet and
Mm-hmm.
you're talking, then
Yeah,
I hear both of them.
I got you.
It's almost like you got to turn your brain off, but keep it
That's
on. You know what I'm
impossible,
saying?
man. I'm a curator. I don't know if you know that.
What have you cured?
I'm a curator, so I can't
uh,
turn off that part of my brain,
so
man.
the so yeah, D Ben on Instagram said no echo.
Cool,
Al said I hear you both of you well. Like I said yesterday, we're the only ones dealing with this
cool.
cockamamie nonsense.
That's cool.
Got a question.
That I want to
What
share.
program?
You don't like it, so what? I don't care. What's your
That's
questions?
not it. Not this time. But
What's
yeah,
your
sure.
questions?
Uh, D Ben 20 is asking what
Ouch.
program is that, and how are you curving the border that easily? Um,
Curving
it
the
is
border.
Paint tool side. Yeah, that little square border.
What you talking about? When you say curving the
The
border, what you
panel.
mean? You talking about when I'm doing this whole? Well, it's too late now. I already flattened it. But are you saying that you mean when I'm doing this kind of deal and I'm taking it and I'm stretching it and I'm creating these points like this?
I believe that's what they're asking.
That
Who's
is one
taking
of the
that exam?
functions. Yeah, that's one of the functions, right? This is the pen tool in Paint Tool side. We'll do that real quick. It creates these little points that I can grab. And for this, for the panels, instead of using the standard pen functionality, which is what I use to ink with, you guys, I would have to turn it right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a size check mark. So if I leave that size checked, it does a pen pressure functionality. So it can go thin to thick based on my pressure, right? Now, if I turn off the size check, it stays at one thickness, right? So it doesn't matter how I draw with it, it's always going to be at that size of brush. So when I'm doing panels, I turn off the check and it stays this thickness all around, but I still get these little nodes that I can control with. So the tricky thing with this is if I don't put multiple nodes right next to each other, it'll create a curve. Oh, I'm sorry. Go back here. If I don't create like multiple nodes right next to each other, it creates this curve, right? But if I create a node right next to it, it creates this right angle. And if I want to make sure it doesn't move, because all right, here's the thing. If I try to move to the next thing, right, that creates a curve too. So then I got to put another one right next to it. And then I get that right angle. It's weird. Again, Photoshop handles this by using marquee tools and shape tools and all that stuff. The only shape tool I have in Paint Tool side is a rectangle or square marquee tool. And that doesn't really help when I'm trying to do angled or unique panels. So that's what you were seeing while I was creating these panels instead of me trying to create a square or a rectangle and then stretched out or do all that crap. I just use the pen tool. I turn off the actual size functionality, and then I can actually make, these rigid, unique panels. Now, the element of
All
this
right,
and that.
they're saying, got it. Hard to see the nodes when you were working, so it looked like magic.
That's true. That's true. You gotta believe me. Let me see if I can actually show it though. Let me see if it shows up real quick. Real quick. Can you see? No, well, it kind of barely shows up. Let me zoom in one more time. Yep, I can go in one more time. All right, ready? Let's see if we can see him. Can you guys see that blue line? When I hover over it, you see the little green.
Oh yeah, like really.
Yeah, they're small, but on my screen they're very bright. If I hover over it, it turns red. So then when if I hover over the line in the middle, that creates that little line. It shows the node, a little green spot. That's what I'm grabbing.
Gotcha.
You see, and now you can see the line curves. That usually is a vector functionality, but this is not a vector software. This is the bitmap software. If I zoom in close, you can see, I don't know if I can go that. You see those bitmap? You see the little squares?
Yeah.
In vector, you don't get any of those squares. It's just clean no matter how much you zoom in. But that's the cool thing about this software. That's why I like inking in here and working in here. It's pretty cool. But Photoshop is super easy. And it has tools to make this so much quicker. But I don't care. I do what I want.
You gotta say it like Cartman if you want people to believe you.
Correct. All right, we're gonna put the blacks here.
I'm locked in. Is this so? Why? Whoa, man! Whoa, take it easy.
What about the black elements of the page? I don't know.
Shit.
Take it easy. All right, I'm gonna put this down here. I'm gonna make this black, like that.
Whoa! Why are you doing this to me?
Let me see if I can gradually get that. Like that, right? Like that. Again, no color. We got all the characters in place, so I don't have to color. Everybody that's going to show up on this page has already been designed. All right, I'm going to come back here, right? We're going to take this and we're going to erase the black so that it hovers behind. You see what I did there? Wow. Just like that. For impact, of course. Impact. Now, because we're going that route, let me see. Yeah. I can do that. I'm going to do what they call, let me do an ink line. I'm going to create a drop shadow using my prowess. Like so. Wow. But again, just for the software questions, man, whatever you guys find comfortable, use that. I'm comfortable with this software. It is years of problem solving that I had to figure out for myself. Like, how the hell am I going to create panels if all I can do is a square? I had to figure that out for myself, and I did, and I'm fine with it. It doesn't really make me mad that I have to manually make these. I'm okay with it. But some people may look at that and say, this is now unsuitable, as it were, for me to use this as a software. And I'm like, that's your prerogative, man. It's your Bobby Brown. Do what you're going to do. Be what you're going to be. Whatever
For
makes...
all the whippersnappers, Bobby Brown is a popular, music artist of the 80s and 90s and stuff.
Yeah, there's cool brushes. It's an easy shading trick. You find the right brush, it gives you some texture. Now, I probably could get some cross hatching in here, but I haven't played with it yet. I have not played with that yet. All right, so with that in place, we're gonna put that down on the lines. Actually, we're gonna put lines right there. Cool. We're gonna save this. Just move this thing out of the way. What is we're on book what? Page 3? Yeah, page 3.
Page 3.
Page 3 for the people. Now, only trick that we still got to make sense of is where's Abel getting his sword from? But I ain't got time for that. We're gonna figure that out later. All right.
Yeah. Remember what I said? Like on the first page, if you put it on his person, like like
Yeah.
on like his back or something,
Yeah.
then it explains it. You don't have to go back and do nothing
I
extra.
can say that she gets hers from this little bag on the ground. She has a backpack on the ground there. Slip
Right.
has his, just chilling. But yeah, Abel, I would need to add his to his person.
Like have it going across his back, like
Right.
you know.
Right. Show you right. Okay. Might as well just go ahead and jump in. I ain't scared of nothing. I don't know about you.
And go.
Actually, while you're saying that, you guys aren't gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna go look for a quick bit of reference, and I'm going to look up. Let's see. Wait, swinging. Stop it. Swinging
Swing low, sweet chariot.
giant hammer. Let's see what we got from swinging a giant hammer, but it's not even the actual hammer or anything. I just need the body motion. Swinging a hammer to hit someone in the face. You know, if I Google that, I'm sure I would get a better result. Swinging giant hammer at someone's head. Let's see what happens. Yo, look at that. Guess from people trying to censor me. All right, swinging a hammer to hit a watermelon. Let's see what happens. Dang, still pretty whack. All right, in the event that you cannot get the kind of reference you need. Now, what kind of reference am I looking for? I'm looking for a hammer that's being swung like you're already followed through with the hit. Oh, tripping. Watch this. Let's see what we get from Tho.
So like a baseball swing. Oh, Thor is a good one.
Thor is a good one. He actually has a hammer. It's not a giant hammer, but we should at least see somebody draw him. See, so this right here, this image right over here, him swinging that is the opposite of what I need.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But it's the concept is I'm looking for this follow through of the body reference. Now, what I've drawn isn't necessarily bad because I know what's happening, but just to really get that follow through.
Look at
baseball.
Look up Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing.
All right, so I would need what is that? A left-hander?
Oh, so what part are you worried about? Like the hand placement?
No. More about the body anatomy, like what happens to show that resistance. The weight, like you're swinging. Something.
So you're I'm doing my baseball swing. So your right shoulder would be like his right shoulder would be higher.
Mm-hmm.
His left shoulder would be lower.
Right, like this right here. Let me see if I can get it. Wait. All right. You see how his body is?
Yeah.
I need the other angle of that, the other side of that to see.
Okay.
I get the shoulder placement from here, but this is a good one too. But I just want to get it from the other side. Is almost what I want. Like if I could just reverse that, sort of like this.
All right.
Sort of like this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of but that's the goal of reference when you're trying to get it, but it's not for the sake of I don't know what I'm trying to draw. It's I want to be accurate.
Just accuracy.
This is too far. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Let me. You know what? Video. How about video? Got a video? Let me see.
Yeah, there's plenty.
All right. Dang it! Now turn the camera. Look, this is all good. Right there is exactly what I got him doing here. But you see how it doesn't feel like there's weight in that. So, okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this. It's fine. I'll use this. I know that I can guarantee I can find one that's from the right camera angle, but I can reverse
Yeah, I
engineer
mean,
this. I can reverse
and you,
engineer this.
if you wanna like draw on the other stuff, because I'm scrolling. I'm trying to see a good one. He's got you know, he's kind of known for having like the prettiest swing ever.
Mm-hmm.
But all of these
See, I don't
angles
want
are like
to do that.
from the
That's
back side.
right.
You
You see what
hear
I'm saying?
me?
Right.
Yeah. This
So
is
that's the
really
trick when, all right, so now let me get another layer. I'm going to do my own deconstruction of this. Turn this down just a little bit. All right, we're going to start with this one. Wow. Wow. All right, so from this, we're going to look at this. All right, we got our head. Yeah. Head is fine. Shoulder, his right shoulder is higher,
Mhm.
right? Left shoulder is lower. It's going straight. Yeah. Elbow. It's going under his right. His left arm. Under. Yeah, his right hand is under. So I guess that would be grabbing what, the pommel of the bat?
Mhm.
Like, yeah. Right.
Yeah, his right hand will be lower, left hand higher.
Okay. So then let's see. Body's up here. That. Ear. Face. That. Hat. Okay, then his left arm is going up, above, wrists extended. It would have to be further away, right? Further in front. A little bit further.
Ooh, I may have found one. DeMarcus.
I
I
believe you.
call him DeMarcus, but that's not his name.
Therefore, it's disrespectful, is what he's trying to say. Very disrespectful about
Ooh,
that. All right, so you
how do I
got
share it?
this. And I can't get that twist from here, but I guess that's close to what I'm trying to figure out, which is that, that, that. But now comes the hard part, which is right. That's the trick. Sometimes if you didn't have a real person to like give him a hammer, because in real life I'd be like, "Hey man, stand up. All right, now pretend you swing at a bat." And you
I just, I
understand?
just, I just sent you one on Messenger.
Okay.
See,
Let's
um,
see. Let's see. Let's
and
see.
the
Let's see.
angle is a little bit lower,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this is what we're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. And
What
that's
you
where
you
that's
pretty
where I'm
much
saying
have.
it's almost like it's that's what I was trying to see. What does the momentum look like? And so the trick is what I was taught years ago, which is if you can input weight or gravity or heaviness or some sort of, that's the trick to making something feel real in illustration or art. So
Mhm.
it's this isn't far off from what I had,
Yeah,
but
it's
obviously
just
I was
his.
wrong. You can see I was wrong.
His left elbow is like his left arm is, but it's also the angle of this
Mm-hmm.
image. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yours is more towards like back a little bit,
Right.
where this one so perspective wise,
Yeah.
I don't know how much you gotta change.
Even in this, just getting that reference, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because he is gonna be holding, the hammer is going up down through here. You got that long uh post, but then yeah, the hammer part would be about here. So I can use that. That's gonna work. That's better than what I had in terms of placement. Swinging a thingamabob. So the hammer part is actually the most comically large thing in this shot. It's gonna be probably about this big, and it's gonna be taking half of the robot's face with it. And then we got the rocket part, which is the fun part. But now I'm gonna use my Japanese comic training,
Uh-oh.
which is
Uh-oh.
speed lines are gonna be, of course, you're not gonna see. But then, of course, I'm gonna have it's a rocket hammer, so it's gonna go from speed lines into like fiery, smoke kind of coming behind it like that. but speed lines, speed lines, speed lines. All speed lines. We're gonna have a lot of speed lines all up in here. Wow. And then it can probably get into a little bit of detail here. See, I be trying to make it make sense, but sometimes you can't make it make sense in words. But yeah, smoke, smoke,
Um,
smoke. What you got?
hello, Trilly on Instagram. So you can always. We're not gonna do this right now because we want to, get some progress.
Keep the
But
party going. Mm-hmm.
you can always pose a 3D model online for reference.
Right, right, right.
App 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 dot just sketch me.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't heard of it. But the only and you're it's a great reference if you need just standard poses. Now, if they have some default, baseball swinging a bat stuff, or
Mm-hmm.
already referenced based on real life stuff, that would be phenomenal. But if you're just kind of posing to say, okay, I want a person sitting down on a step, that's perfect for that. Um, when you're trying to actually study life or reference life movement, it's genuinely better to always, always, always look at real life reference. Whether and
Mm-hmm.
notice I couldn't find it exactly in. They had some pictures, some still pictures of
Mm-hmm.
King Griffey doing a swing, but always, always, always lean on like as much movement because I'm looking for. That's what Greg was asking. He's like, "Are you looking for this the baseball?" And I was like, "No, no, no. I need to see what does the body do under that swing. Like where's his shoulder? Where his shoulder is? That's what I was trying to figure out. Where does the weight of that swing kind of hit?" And because me trying to pose it just statically, that won't show that momentum in the body, the spine, the placement, and all that stuff. So it's really good to always get movement whenever you're trying to reference movement or weight or kinetic. What does the body do when it's moving like this? That kind of thing. So this is roughly what I needed, and I think I can kind of fill in everything else. The goal, of course, is to show this robot's head getting smashed. And that's where I just wanted to feel at least believable that he's swinging. Because on this page we got him, you know, and I found some reference for this shot too. You
Yeah,
got him kind of
he's
gearing up to
teed up.
swing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from here, we'll get the swing, and we'll let the comic motion of speed lines and action lines and everything kind of come in to imply that he swung and hit. But then I gotta like really destroy the crap out of this robot's head, and that's fun. That's the fun.
Hello, hello, Trillia saying tons of Shohei Otani footage out there.
Yeah.
This is true. We did want to go with Junior, who's got like the prettiest swing that ever existed. So, but I hear you though. Shohei's a beast. He's
Oh,
not
okay, cool.
real. He's not real. I don't believe he's real. Just like I didn't believe Barry Bonds was real, Bo Jackson.
That could be offensive to them and their families.
I'm just saying, I seen real humans, and I saw those people play in person, and I don't think they're real humans. Like
Well, Greg, that's called.
they're like they're like Terminators or something. I don't think you understand how. Yes, yes. Plus, it's Black History Month. Yes, I love it.
Right.
But yeah, no, I don't understand how you can
Oh
be
man, can you
that good
should
at
we
something.
be incorporating any of that? I don't know if we should be incorporating any of that, but we are gonna do some. We are gonna do a cover or two by the end of maybe midway. I may start sketching
Mm-hmm.
something up and then showing the progress of that before we go
Mm-hmm.
live. I'll probably put that up there and be like, "Look at this cover. It's coming together. Join us at 7."
You talking about it?
Mm-hmm.
She said it. You talking about issue 5 cover?
Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
come up with
I'm
something. That's
definitely gonna need that in order to put together this pre-order package. So whenever you can.
cool. Cool. All right,
Teresa
let's
said
start
I'm
there.
being disrespectful. I haven't done anything disrespectful except for in the beginning. That was a while ago. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't understand where the disrespect is, man. We're being naturally, ourselves. Ooh, I got you rolling, chick. Hold up. Question.
I
Hold on.
almost
What
feel
happen?
like
What happens if I do this? If does everything go away? Y'all check. People in the chat. I
what's
need y'all to
going
double check. I need to check my messages real quick. What happens to my feed if I go away? Can you hear me, Greg?
I can hear you on like you're paused on Instagram. It's just spinning,
And then I'm
but
back.
yeah, you're back. Don't check your
Cool.
phone again.
Whoa, disrespect, man. What if emergencies occur, man? I got a daughter out there in the world, man. I gotta check.
Tell her to page you.
Whoa. Well, if I can go back in time, get one of those. The weird thing is, I don't know if I was young. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was basically too young to actually ever get any benefit. I never owned a pager, but my
Mm,
brother did. I was just too
mm.
young to own a pager. So I
I
feel
wasn't.
like I got shorted the opportunity
Mm,
to live that dream of someone paging me.
listen, I don't want like if I have to explain
Right.
the page.
I did. No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't get a
the
chance. I
the
saw
the
him
whole
use it.
process.
I saw him use it,
Yeah,
but I
if
didn't
you
get the
want,
chance to use it. I wanted to. I was like, hey, man, let me try. He's like, nah, get
listen,
away from my pager. He's like, man.
listen, man, because I can give you the story. Like when my mom agreed, I was like, I think I was like 18, and my mom, I had to talk her into letting me get one. I had to pay for
Right,
it myself.
right.
But she was like, "What you going? What are you gonna do with it?" I was like, "Just have it in case of an emergency. Like if you were a drug dealer or you had like some real business about yourself, it made sense. But for
Correct.
like me and my crew, we just did it so we could look cool.
Status. Correct.
But then here's the thing: it's like if your pager was dry, like if you were getting no pages, then
Right.
you look weak. You look weaker than
Correct.
if you had, if you didn't have a pager at all.
Right.
So to combat that, you had to like
Tell
give
you
your
home.
pager number out to a whole bunch of people.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
so, so you give it to like every girl you meet. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So like maybe somebody will page us sometime.
Correct.
It's really we learned a lot about how dumb it was at that time to have pagers and not have no business.
Correct.
So I was almost thinking on this swing, should
Mm-hmm.
he look since it's his first time using it? I want him to look really
Whoa,
excited.
whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Let's talk about that. This is not his first time using it. They have
Using it
been
on a
well.
they've been
They've been
training.
yeah. They've been
Okay,
training with it, and that's gonna be something I do want to put in there. I don't know if we can fit it in 5. You know what I mean?
we can
But I want
we
to.
can yeah, no, we can mention it like easy.
Like
Um,
remember the posters where they basically look like they're in a dojo. They got the gi and they're
yeah, yeah, yeah.
training. I actually want to put some of that because there's a cool setup, and we may need to save it for another issue. I don't know, but I do want them to be showing lessons they got from Mars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they're not using their weapons. It's the '90s montage, right? You don't get to start with your weapon just because you got the weapon. So they're gonna be using practice weapons, or you know what I mean, actual bow and arrow. We talked about this years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's like, because I was like, what the hell is Genesis gonna use for some, practice crossbows? But like a wooden sword for Abel, like things like that. But showing some really really cool training montages where Mars has given them their wisdom already, and they're just basically going through the motions of, all right, this is day 62 of me training with this dumb foam sword, or this like, when am I going to use my actual weapon? And they actually do get really good using, of course, the principles of it. And that's something we didn't really get to show their martial art training, But it's the same stuff. It's just now they get to go to the next level of extension of this weapon is an extension of you and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
ideally, we get to show them training and then getting used to not only the weight or the actual parameters of the weapon, but getting good with it to a point where they're like, "Hey man, I didn't beat up like 700, droids at base, and I can't wait. I'm fine. If this is his first time, we can even mention that and at least just dialogue."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
um,
Um, Back before I was interrupted,
whoa,
all I was saying is I want like his facial expression. You know how he is.
yeah,
Want him to make sure he's looks like he's having a lot of fun.
right.
Uh,
Ooh, because we didn't put words
like I
to
think,
this one, did we?
yeah.
We
Now
didn't put
he
words to this yet,
right
but
there. He's supposed to be like, yeah, you know that. I've been waiting for this type of
correct,
thing.
correct.
Yeah.
Cool, cool,
So
cool.
I think about like Michael Jordan when he used to get ready to do like a crazy move, his
Yeah,
tongue would come out and his
right.
concentration would be crazy. Just something goofy. We do
Cool.
have some comments. I wanted to.
Who's saying words? Who's saying words?
Hello Trilly on Instagram said one time I was at a party and a person who sold vegetables lost their pager and then trapped us in a room and threatened to offline everybody until it was found.
Nice.
Those are the times. These are the times these whippersnappers they just didn't get to experience, man.
Right. Well, listen, man. I think I brought it up because I wanted a pager, and look, if the technology would have survived a little bit longer, I probably would have had mine, man. And I would have
Yeah, I
gone
had.
through similar, but also just as funny issues. But the technology didn't last, and I feel robbed. And now I
No,
don't
you
think
right.
I
You
can.
right.
I don't look. I don't think I can buy one if I wanted to, and that's not fair.
Your phone is your pager, man.
Nah, man, I'm just not the same. Like I want to be.
It is. Look, it is for me because just because you call me don't mean I'm gonna answer.
Right. But
But no,
but
it
you can't
really was
experience
good.
the wonder of saying, now what this fool want? I gotta go call this fool and figure out what he
Look,
want.
don't let me be out in the streets because that means I gotta go find a pay for
Go
him.
find.
Like you know how my mom is. She's so nice, but she's so practical. She was like breaking it all down. She's like, "You broke? Now you're gonna have to have quarters all the time to call people."
That's good.
Like, "Bye, you don't understand."
That's good.
But I remember my first one was just like a black basic one, and then I
Right.
took that back after a couple of weeks because I wanted
Right.
like a clear blue joint. We was getting it, man.
Okay. The question is, what is your option today if you don't have a phone? There are no payphones. So what do you do if you got to call somebody?
Who don't have a phone?
I'm just saying, like, let's say your phone died, you have no charger, you're just stuck. What we used to have payphones, and you can literally say, "Oh man, let me go up to the gas station and use the payphone." There are no payphones no more. So what's the option now? You just ask to borrow their
As
phone.
Yeah, you just walk in and they
Hey
tell
man,
you have to buy something, and you're just kind of stuck. Man. I told you about that dude that was asking to. I was walking home because I like to walk to the store because it's so close. I feel lazy like if I drive right across the street. And I was coming back. I don't know if I told you this. I know I told Kelly, but this dude pulls up and he's like, "Hey man," he's in a car. It's a nice car. He's like, "My phone's dead. Can I use
right,
your phone real quick?"
right.
And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, come on, man. I just gotta make a quick phone call. I'm trying to call my girlfriend, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, nah, man, I'm good." And he like literally he's trying to like negotiate with me. And then he starts, "Man, she cheating on me, and I had, I cussed her out, and she not answering my phone calls, so I
Nice.
need to call from a different number so I can, And I was like, bro, I
You just
can't
made it
help
worse,
you.
man. Listen, man. I don't. Not only do I double down on my no, but you just made it way worse.
Right,
I don't
right.
want to be involved in your shenanigans, sir.
Bruh.
Good luck. Good luck.
Atlanta, I love it. I love it. But it's been here a long time, bro. And yeah, it's some of the craziest stuff. And he's mad at me because I'm saying no, you can't use my phone. You're in a car. I might hand you my phone.
Right.
You could drive off.
Speed off,
There's
man.
so many different reasons why I'm saying no.
Right.
He's
It's
like,
such
you
a
know what you're
personal
gonna do?
device now, man. That's the problem. It's such a personal
Yeah, yeah.
thing. It costs me a lot of money. I pay for it every month, right? And nah, bruh, no, thank you. I don't want you to touch it. I don't want you to even breathe on it. Like, nah. I did let a young man use my phone at one point, but he said the right thing. He said, "You could dial the numbers for me. I don't have to hold your phone or nothing." And of course, I was like, if he was any older, or if I got any like signals of, this is a straight up scam. It's two dudes over there that look like they don't need to be here. If it felt like anything weird, but he looked pretty desperate. And he said the right thing. He was like, man, I don't need to hold it. You can just put me on speaker. I just got to call my people to come pick me up. And I was like, okay, man, what's the number, man? And I just, I put it in. He stayed at a good healthy distance away from my phone, and he just yelled what he needed to yell. He's like, "Hey man, my phone dead." I was like, and I just held it close to my body. I didn't feel threatened, so it was fine. It was fine. But in your case, no, you would not be able to chase that
No,
dude
no.
at all.
Yeah,
Man.
right.
He could have called you
No.
sucker while he drove off. You dumb as hell. Just go.
I like Jeannie Spears Bagwell said, bold of you to assume I have memorized the phone number. That's hilarious, bro. I used to have like 40 numbers in my mental Rolodex.
I would lose
Yeah.
today. I would lose that. If I was on a game
I
show and they
wanted-
said, give me 3 numbers you've memorized. Sorry, man. Next question. What else you got?
Yeah. Ironically, I still know your number just because we got our phones at the same. Remember when all 3 of us went to get our phones at the same time?
Right.
So like yours, I know my son's number, and who else's number do I know? I don't even know my home phone number.
I know my mom's number, and that's it.
I know my mom's number. Yeah,
I know my number and my mom's number. Nobody else.
I still remember phone numbers from like the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Because then you had to like really memorize numbers.
Correct.
But now.
And then I tried to explain to my child, I said, there was something called a phone book, an actual phone book, and it had everybody's number to their house in this book. And anybody wanting to look up your name could just say, oh yeah, maybe that's him. And then try to call the number. It was a really bad idea in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, what were we thinking? Why was that okay?
I don't know. And like, if you wanted, not that me and my friends prank called anybody, because that definitely didn't happen. But some nights before Star 69,
this is technology is needed to come into existence to stop the bad idea of who just called me. I don't know. Well, we need to come up with something.
Right.
Track them down.
It was terrible times, man.
It's a really bad idea, bro.
One time, we were doing prank calls. I don't care, man. The world could know about it now. Because I'm the only one that got in trouble.
I was about to say, in hindsight, you ain't good.
We were doing prank calls, but I was like the youngest. So my cousins and my sister, they was doing all of them. And it was fun. And I kept being like, let me do one. Right. And they're like, no. And so finally at the end, like they're like, okay. And they dialed a number and I didn't know who it was.
Right.
And the person picked up and I just started, like, I probably was like 9 or 10. Right. And I just started, no, I was younger, probably like 8. And I just started cussing, like, you. And then I hung up and I was like cracking up laughing. And then the phone rang. they had called the operator, dog.
Nice.
And then so now all the adults were like, "Who made the phone call?" And everybody's like, "Wasn't me." And then they basically was like, "Man, you better tell them you did it."
Right.
And I did. I told them, and then I got
Right.
swift hand of justice.
Right. That's about right. Yeah, it's a process
But
of
I didn't
elimination at that point.
But I didn't snitch, so
Right.
I feel like they got me some points. Then later on, I got older. I was like, "Whoa, no, y'all set me up. Like,
Correct.
y'all was calling people's houses and stuff, and then called the operator."
Right.
It's good fun though.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
Correct.
Just because the older kids are committing crime and being hood rats doesn't mean I have to do it too.
That or you should have had a better alibi to what had happened.
Look, jokes on them because I came the biggest hood rat.
Right. It's a lot of technologies that these kids will never get to touch. There's a good reel that's going around that I sent of a bunch of kids, looking at a VHS tape and saying, "That's a DVD. That's a DVD." They're like, "Really? It's a DVD?" They're like, "That's a DVD." Okay, all right. And they're like, "How do you open it?" They're like, "Okay, so you open this part and then dude, that's a DVD." They didn't know what they were talking about. There's another good one where a mom is trying to basically get just some basic trolling of her daughter because she know her daughter don't know what it is. She showed her the case of the the burnable CDs back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "So what is this?" She's like, "I mean, you hold your CDs in it. Clearly, it's a CD holder." She's like, No, I know there's CDs in there, but what do you do with them?" "Well, you take these out and then you put your CDs in there." I was like, "No, it's a while ago, but nobody knows what an overhead projector is no more, man."
None of it. Hey man, Teresa's choosing violence.
What'd she say?
Asked, "Is your hand as ashy as it looks on camera?"
Whose hand? My hand?
It's not mine. I just put lotion on a minute ago.
I was about to say, wait.
It's got to be you.
It's a lotioned hand right here. Maybe your camera's ashy. I don't know what you're telling me. Really know what to tell you here. Pre-lotioned. I came pre-lotioned tonight, all right? I was careful, not knowing that I was going to be judged for my ashiness, but if that's what you're paying attention to, it's like, what are we doing here, man? Come on now.
Look, I can't say nothing because I've been known to pop up at a convention with a little bit of ashy. Right. Luckily, I always have people in the spot that hold me down.
Hold on, I gotta get this right. See, all right, here's the problem. This is a good problem that I have. All right, number one, he's not looking at the right place. I was zoomed in when I was drawing this face. So he's looking at what he's doing, but that's not where the hammer is. Where's the hammer? Over here, hitting this robot's face. So we got to change his look to actually track the end.
Just change where his eyes are.
You know what I'm saying? Where the intersection is happening, right? Over here. Like so.
Harold said the days of Laserdisc. I think my family didn't have enough money, so we didn't really get into the Laserdisc. Yeah, we jumped from VHS to more VHS, and then more VHS, and then into the DVDs.
Because you had to have a good burner installed to really get the best out of that technology. Otherwise, you'd be there, just have to leave it alone for a day. It's still burning.
I remember when the Laserdisc came out. I remember reading like a magazine or something that they had already anticipated that this would be like a bridge,
right?
But that the smaller discs were going to be coming in,
right? God, it was so necessary.
Hello, Trilly said Gen Z is bringing back the DVDs and the CDs.
Right.
Analog is in. I'm not gonna lie, man. A part of me, when digital music took over, a part of my love for music, I think,
Right.
died a little bit because that analog sound was like it was, all you had heard up until that point.
Right.
So I'm not gonna lie, like I'm actually uh going to start well, I've already got some albums, but I'm looking to grab more
Right.
because I miss that sound, man. It's discernible, like for people
Mm-hmm.
that grew up with it.
Right. But here's the thing. Here's what I thought about, which is it's not even necessarily to say that the technology was bad or anything. I can notably say I guess it's after living through the fact of having to rewind, VHS tapes after watching a movie, right? Um,
Mm.
you know, only reason we had to do that was Blockbuster. We didn't have to do that for anybody else per se. Like you,
You had it
granted.
if you were in my house and one of my parents put in a VHS and it was
Right.
not at the beginning,
Yeah.
you might get kicked out the family. So
Yeah.
that rewind thing, like nobody played that unless like I stopped watching in a specific place and
Correct.
I was gonna come back.
Correct.
No,
Right.
we had to rewind everything
It
in
was
my
mandatory to see, right? Unless there was some sort of functionality to that. But what I guess what I'm trying to get at is the art of just saying I want to hear a song again, coming from cassette tapes. Like you had to make it through one side of a cassette, or you had to rewind to the part that you was like, oh, that was a dope part. Stop or rewind. Or just as it's playing, you just hit rewind, right? And then you gotta find it and then play. You know,
Mm.
that right there possibly made, I don't know, man, a lot of people more patient with life. It was annoying because you're like, which part was it? No, no, no. Go further. Keep going. Nope, not that. And it
Honestly,
and
I
there
don't
was a
even think
weight.
it
There was
was
a weight that you
annoying.
had to do.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it was annoying to us because that was like
There was no other option.
was what the process was. I
Correct.
remember when it got to the point where like the cassette players, like they would like basically stop in like at the first empty space.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm listening to song number one, but I don't want to hear it, I could press fast forward to get
Right.
to two, and it
Right.
stops on its own. So I remember that was like, oh my
Yeah, that
god,
was a
life
huge
is
deal. That was a big deal.
so much better. But just overall, dude, I remember like when you used to you would listen to the radio for like 3 hours
Right.
waiting for your song to play so you could
Just
record it.
just to
Like,
record it. Yeah. It's a big
and
deal.
remember when we did that panel at DragonCon last year,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I talked about it. Like I think our relationship with media, like with music,
Mm-hmm.
TV,
Mm-hmm.
movies, it was all different because like on TV, like if you was watching Magnum PI
Right.
and you had to go to the bathroom,
Right.
like you was about to miss something, and
Right.
you would probably have to wait like 6-8 weeks to for them to do a rerun so you
Right.
could see it.
Correct.
And so with music, like you used to have to physically leave your space
Mm-hmm.
to go purchase, sometimes stand in line
Right.
to purchase. And so when you bought that album,
Yeah.
you weren't just gonna like cherry pick, you was gonna listen to the whole album. Like
Right.
it's just relationships are different.
Yeah.
Um
But do you
so
feel like that has, because they don't have to? And I remember like the art of, I was trying to explain this to my kid. I was like, music doesn't last as long because of that. Because you can just put it on repeat all day. And I said,
mhm.
no. What I was trying to say is I don't want to, let me stop listening to it. And she's like, she was like, what? I was like, yeah. That way I can like
You
keep,
don't burn it out.
I don't burn it out in my brain. And she couldn't understand what I was talking. She's like, what do you mean? Just, I was like, well, back in the day, long time ago, I said we had to wait to hear it again. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, whether it was on the radio or even on cassette. You had to literally have some patience to say, man, I can't wait to hear that song again. That part was dope. You had to turn over the
Mm,
cassette and you had to literally rewind it or play the other side of the cassette and learn to just deal with that side of this. This is not the songs I want to hear, but you know what? It's a process now. After listening to this, I'll get to that. And I was like, it still helped you to like appreciate a song that you've been waiting to hear even more. And I was like, it's
mm,
like only way I can do that now is I just have to willingly tell my brain, no, you don't get to hear it again.
I'm not gonna listen to this a million
Right,
times.
right. Let me just leave it alone for a little while. All right, I love it. I want to hear it, but no, you heard it
I
78
think
times today.
I think also because a lot of music is like so generic now.
Yeah,
So people are trying to make music that sounds like other music,
right.
and so on and so forth. So we were talking about me and my friends. The Grammys were on the other night, and we were
Right.
talking about like how like SZA, her uh her 2017 album is still I think in the Billboard top 50.
Word.
And yeah, and then her 2020 or 2021, whatever year that came out, that one's still like in the top, 10 or something. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like she makes different music, like different types of music. And a lot of people jump on and try to do stuff similar to what she does. But
Right.
there's not a lot of artists that are like that. More artists are just trying to we're now at the point where it's like a TikTok song is going to get you rich, and so I remember, and this is no disrespect to Beyonce, don't nobody come trying to punch us, but I remember when you
Well,
were
I ain't
like,
say
"Yo,
nothing, man.
no," I just remember because remember that one song, the something we're gonna do something to the night or whatever,
Yeah.
like that it was viral on TikTok, and we kept seeing that same
Yes,
part.
that dance and
And
everything.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can't remember. We were at somebody's convention, and you were like, "Man, I heard the whole song. It's a whole song. It's not just that one little
Right.
part."
Right.
So
Right.
it's like now, attention spans,
Mm-hmm.
appreciation, stuff is filed down. It's just
Right.
different times.
Correct.
But I do miss that, man. Like, I remember, like, my dad was a DJ, so he was always giving me and my sister like records. Um, so we had plenty of music. He would make tapes for us, all of that. But
Right.
still remember the first time I bought cassette with my own money,
Right.
and it was like $8. It was "Crushing" by the Fat Boys. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always gonna that album's always gonna have a place in my heart because
Yeah.
it was just it was a milestone. It's like now you don't even have to pay for music, dude.
Right. Right. Sure, you're right.
Elder Sam said Sam Goody trips for new music. Oh yes, those were special times. Um, in Kansas City, I don't know if anybody in here is from Kansas City, but Kansas City in Missouri, we had a record store called Seventh Heaven. Uh,
Like the
it
movie.
was yeah,
That's pretty good.
except for yeah, it was before the movie though.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, those trips because my dad was DJing, so we were in the record store like every Friday, and I would be like, please, please, please ask me to come. It's the greatest thing ever, man.
Right.
I think I actually took you to. Did I? I think I took you to Kansas, like when we were in Kansas City that one time. I think I took you to Seventh Heaven.
I don't think so.
You probably don't remember because it didn't mean anything to you.
Well, man,
Yeah,
listen. Did I get any paraphernalia or any kind of gifts when I went there?
no,
Or
no.
did you introduce me to anybody that asked me who I was? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, make it personal. And then maybe I
I was thinking
remember it a
about it.
little bit. You know what I mean?
Roosevelt Pitt said, "Looks great, gentlemen. Y'all,
What up? What
that's
up? What up? Thank you, sir.
comics OG, independent black comics OG in the building. Look him up if y'all don't know who he is. If you don't do it, then we're gonna hunt you down.
If I hunt you
And
down, we're gonna say Hey man, go look that dude up. Do it.
Teresa said turtles. I don't know what that means. So
Ninja
please
Turtles?
elaborate.
I love the
Turtle
Ninja
soup?
Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles. That was a great time back in history. And now, here we are, all these years later. You know, yeah, the video game. I played the video game of the Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of good turtle stuff. That's you probably need to elaborate so I understand
Yeah.
what it is you
Definitely
mean by
definitely
turtles.
need some help.
You
It
know,
could be like
unless that's like a safe word or something. Listen, let us know.
no,
You know what's going on here. It's like if someone's in your house. You know, you're not supposed to say someone's in
uh
my house. You're supposed to say, something else, like turtles. But
okay,
in
so
this case, that's not helping
William
us.
said Turtles was a music store.
Ah, very good, very good.
So yeah, that was probably before we were in Atlanta. So you gotta
Cool.
let the original OGs.
Right.
For y'all, if you're just coming on and you see us rambling, we are working on issue 5 of Tuskegee Heirs. We've been doing this for like, what is this, like maybe our fifth or sixth night,
This day
week
6.
night
Yep.
straight? Yeah. So we're just on here. We're doing our thing. We are open to questions, any of the stuff. We
Right,
just thought this was kind of a fun way to get back to this series
right,
that people have been yelling at us about for
right,
so very long.
right. It's easier to be like, I wonder if they ever gonna do something. Well, they're actually doing it right now. Nuh-uh. Yeah, you're on it every day. And that way we can actually, not say words, but show action. And I think I saw a reel that said basically content moving forward. A lot of the streaming, a lot of the apps are going to kind of lean more towards long form. But, 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 I'm also paying attention to trends. So Disney, I think it's Disney Plus just did something to test, and this I think is pretty smart. It's also sad, so it's a double edged sword here, but sad and I'll get to that. So what Disney Plus did is they took the whole movie of High School Musical. I don't like that movie. I don't like any dance movie for that matter, except for
Wow,
certain
man.
movies. But anyway, they took the whole movie, cut it up into segments. So the entire movie, right? But then they just chopped it up into small little digestible segments and posted the whole thing to I think TikTok. I want to say TikTok. And now uh people can watch any segment, any piece of that whole, content and then comment. So you got millions of people all commenting on segments, but they're moving to the next segment to watch the whole thing, and they're able to actually have a conversation about each segment of the movie. And it's crazy because not only is the movie already old and in people's hearts already, or whatever, you got fans of the movie, but imagine if they did
Mm-hmm.
that with, Last Dragon, right? Like we was talking about the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That experience is now all online, and everybody can kind of, you know, I guess as a community, watch a movie. And I guess if you're just, taking segments at a time or whatever, it's
Mm-hmm.
unique. It's really smart in the context of how media is being digested today. But in the sense it's sad, is like that's probably the only way most people are gonna watch a movie. Uh, which is, somebody's like, oh man, I like to move around when I'm watching. I like to be able to pause. I like to, you know, split it up into 5 sessions and watch a movie
It's
due to their attention span being terrible. But yeah, it's the internet's
and
kind of going moving. Yeah,
instead of doing something to increase people's attention span, you
correct.
just figure out how to feed off of. It's
How to
weird.
feed,
It's
correct.
funny, like when
Damn you.
so back when like Netflix was was taking over and they had just
Mm-hmm.
started like
Mm-hmm.
online.
Right.
um I remember on NBC they used to basically they would put they would cut up their shows and stuff, like old shows,
Right.
into like 9-10 minute segments, and
Mm-hmm.
you could watch the whole thing like that.
Right.
So you could go to the website. You might be at work like I was,
Yeah.
um, and be watching watching TV
Right.
while working. Because
Right.
I was
Right. Right.
really good at multitasking.
Right.
But so it's funny to hear that things just kind of cycle. Sam made a good point. He was saying some segments will have more views than others, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
use that data to adjust the new movies being made,
Correct.
which is wild.
Right. And it's like, listen, I can't say it's a bad thing. They have to, their job, whoever decided that was the thing that they were going to do, they're being pressured by whoever employed them, right? To say, do
Mm.
something to get these God blessed children
Yeah.
to watch the stuff, man. Why are we paying you if you can't figure this out? You know, get our viewership up. Now, that isn't unique in a sense because like I said, I'm trying to keep up to all of this stuff. Uh I don't want to say it wrong. I want to say Chinese micro dramas. I think it's Chinese. I want to say it's Chinese micro dramas. Have you heard of those?
I've heard of like Korean ones and stuff.
Korean. Thank you. I'm sorry. I was like, I know it was one. I didn't want to say the wrong one, but yeah, Korean micro dramas are like, what is it? Between 30 and 5 minute, 30 seconds to 5 minute,
Mm-hmm.
little pieces of content, right? And they have already blown up. Like they're worth, I think their current worth is like 7 billion. Like
Mm-hmm.
production over there is like skyrocketing based on these little small segmented, dramas. And it's melodrama, most of them. But they got action, they got all this stuff where they're like, people just want to be, give these little micro bursts of
They want
content.
it's just the dopamine hits. Like, that's
Yeah.
what like TikTok and the real stuff has kind of like trained you.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Mm-hmm.
want that quick
Get.
dopamine. So I wanted to just mention this because Hello Trilly on Instagram is saying, yeah, creators are saying Netflix is asking for shows to repeat the plot
Right.
because people are on their phones while they're
Yeah.
watching the shows.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny. That makes me think of like Stranger Things. Like, so the incident where people were trying to ship Will and Mike, and then they were mad that they they didn't become lovers at the end.
Right.
And it's like, Mike, if you've been watching Stranger Things, Mike, the only thing Mike cares about on the planet is 11.
It's 11. Correct.
Like, he's been in love with her since day one. There was never any type of,
Right.
they did intimate that Will like had a crush on Mike, but there was nothing that said Mike, reciprocated in any way.
Correct.
So it's like, but they created in their mind this is what was supposed to happen,
Right.
and then they're all disappointed. And it's like, come on, man, like,
Pay attention.
they
Man, that was
told
like his
you, like,
brother, man. What's wrong with y'all?
right. And then like Robin like breaking it down for him. It was like all these context clues to let you know that's
Right.
not what's happening here.
Right. Right.
So
Terrible. But yeah. It's
yeah, Sam is saying Kevin Hart did this show Die Hard originally on that failed streaming app. What was the name of that app again? I know what you're talking about. Where they were supposed to be, focusing on independent and like
mm-hmm.
short,
Mm-hmm.
short form stuff.
Right.
I can't remember. But now you can do stuff like that with Tubi.
Right.
Which, man, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to download Tubi because I thought it was gonna give my devices like a venereal disease or something.
Right.
But Tubi is clutch, bro.
Right.
Like
the first iterations of the shows that they had on there, man, were it was a wild west on there, man.
But it's still the Wild Wild West, but
because I was like, who is approving this?
But that's cool though. Like anybody, like I don't know anybody, But it seems like
It
anybody
seemed
could
like
get.
anybody was able
Oh, come on, right?
to.
But at the same time, they got Thundar the Barbarian on there right
Right.
now.
Right. Because it's the viewership is the only thing that matters, man, to any of these streaming services trying to survive or compete. So you
Bruh.
got 9 million people with Tubi? Yup.
They,
Okay, well,
look,
we'll work with you now. Yeah.
they be having all the GI Joes,
Right. Because
them and the
that's
hologram.
anybody that says no to millions of people that have a got, that's an idiot. It doesn't matter what
Right.
status you think you are. Disney Plus will work with them in a minute.
Look, the funny thing about Tubi, you don't even have to have an account if you don't.
Correct. Correct.
If you have one, it'll help you like to save
Right.
progress and stuff. But
Right. I don't need it.
Nah, but Tubi is clutch, man. They be having movies. There was a movie I had to watch for a podcast I was doing last year, and I was like looking everywhere. I found it on Tubi. I'm like, cool, because
Right.
it's not a movie that I would ever, watch on my own.
Mm-hmm. Show you, right?
Wait, Harold, a new Thunder comic? Please say more things. Me and Thundar was my dog back in the day. Him and Ookla in the area.
Hold on.
You know?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta figure out a solution. My earphones are about to die. I may be able to just do, you know what? I don't need my earphones because I don't have any music playing. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Hold on. All right. What about now? Say words?
Yes.
Okay, you're really low, but that's gonna have to do while I charge up my earphones. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Ha ha ha.
Everybody knows you're supposed to charge your earphones. Excuse me. Yeah, man, I need to know more about this Thunder comic. I've kind of put an embargo on going to the comic shop until I get this graphic novel that I'm working on finished. So I did peek in because, not gonna lie, if Stephanie Williams drops a comic, I am getting it for multiple reasons. She's an awesome writer. She's a black woman. She's doing like beastly things with comics. So I have jumped in to get. I got the latest temporal and her Wonder Woman that she just recently did. But other than that, like the comic shop, my guys, I got 2 shops that I go to, and both of them are like, bro, did I do something? So, yeah. But Thunder might make me come out of the woods. Teresa said Quibi, so I think that's cool. So now my audio is echoing on Facebook because Marcus didn't charge his headset. We'll tell him when he gets back. He needs a cord. Tubi's the new public access channel. I'm with it, man. If I could get a crew, I need a couple of video people and some actors. I've been looking around. If I could get a crew, then I would. I'll put someone to be in a heartbeat. I have this series. It's called Robin Peters. I released like a 10-pager just to kind of get it out with Damon Hampton from Chicago. And I really want to do it as like a live action show. But right now, comics are what I can control. Teresa, is the echo terrible? Is it going to drive people away? All right. Hopefully, if you guys can just stick with us. Hopefully, Marcus he's had those headphones for a while, man. So I don't know. It might take like 3 weeks to raise up. Al is talking blasphemous right now. I need to start watching cool cartoons like Silverhawks and Thundercats. I've seen every Thundercat episode 400 times. Silverhawks always was kind of like either or for me. Because they had a black dude named Hot Wing. And I'm sorry, it was just a black dude named Hot Wing. It was just kind of a tough one. So, try not to talk too much. If the echo's bad on Facebook. Actually, man, we do some really cool panels. If you guys come to DragonCon, I do a panel with CF Sherman, Black Geeks at DragonCon, as well as a couple of other people.
I can hear you real good. You're loud.
So Marcus, you can't like charge your headphones while you wear them.
Not these, no. I've tried it before, but
because now they're saying there's an echo on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's try to fix it. Let's see what happens. Try. Echo on Facebook. Oh, that's why. I know why. Hold on.
Yeah.
You're coming through.
Teresa is our audio specialist, so.
What happens if I connect it though? To this? See, this doesn't interfere with that. See, I'm showing you what happens if I do this and then I select that. What about now, guys, on Facebook? Is that okay?
Testing.
Teresa, we really need you here. So stop whatever you're doing. Jeannie said it's not too bad.
You can still hear it?
But if anybody on the Facebook side, if you hear echoes, if it's unpleasant, please let us know.
Yeah. Let me know. I plugged it into the thingamabob.
Teresa, we're super nice.
Mic is muted. Okay, what about now?
What about now? What?
Uh-oh, wait.
She said it's good.
Good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Dang, I just noticed you've been drawing your butt off, man.
Well, you know, that's kind of what I do when I get to drawing.
We've been running our mouth. Harold said I should be getting a shipment tomorrow. That's cool. Now she said I'm still echoing.
Hold on. Wait. Can I control volume?
Harold, go ahead and drop your link just in case anybody's interested. I've been editing a book for Harold.
All right, hold on.
Called Spirit, the Woman of Hope. It's a great book. I don't even know how much he really needs me because he's been kicking butt. But I'm glad to be included. Teresa, I think you got the book because I made you buy it. So.
Let me see.
Should we? So hello, Trilly. So he's wearing a jacket. It's a good question though. Should we see a flexed tricep on the rocket swing? He is wearing a jacket. It's just kind of like form fitting.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll try this. I don't use these very often. All right, great talk.
Testing 1 2
Right.
5044.
Okay, Teresa, what do you hear on Facebook?
I just want to do the most deaf mic check real quick. All right,
Right.
okay. All right, okay, okay. All right, okay.
How do I sound? How do I sound on Instagram though? I sound
You
terrible.
sound fine. No, you sound. You. I mean, you sound like you're in an echo chamber a little bit, but you're not echoing. It just sounds like you're like in an empty room.
Yeah, these
Maybe
aren't the
turn your mic.
greatest. These aren't the greatest.
Turn your mic up,
Earbuds.
Teresa.
Tell him
You
to tell him to do it. Tell him threaten him like Joe Jackson did, Michael.
Speaking of that, has anybody seen the Michael Jackson trailer for the Michael Jackson movie? Because
Mm-mm.
it looks like it's gonna be fun and good. I do have a problem. I feel like Joe Jackson has a Popeye type nose. It's like, hey, let's make sure his nose is extremely huge. And this is a person who has a big nose, so I'm not nose shaming. I'm just saying
Sounds
I
like
feel
a
like
nose shaming.
they went a little bit extra hard on
What do
on
you mean, like
him.
with like prosthetics or something?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh wow.
let me see if I can.
And I gotta add some lines for here. So it's spinning. This is the trick with this hammer. All right, so we're gonna start with here. His hammer has these turbines. It's a turbine functionality for the power, but we got to show they're turning in different directions. So this is the cool part of trying to make sense of this in two-dimensional space. Let me put this into focus. How about that?
Ah, man, I didn't even know that was Coleman Domingo playing Joe Jackson.
Oh man, I could have told you that was Coleman Domingo. I couldn't have told you that. That's a lie. I didn't know either.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I still am not really good on him after the color purple.
The last one, the updated one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it took me a long time to stop hating Danny Glover. So,
correct, correct,
like, but when you play that role so well,
correct.
I like hate you in real life.
It's a sad thing. I don't know how many other cultures deal with it, but back was that Low Down Dirty Shame with Keenan Ivory Wayans and Jada Pinkett. That was a scene in that movie. It's still funny. Good times,
Al,
man.
Al said, "My family is related to the Jackson family. My family is not, but
Oh,
I'll tell you a
oh.
quick little story. My uncle,
It's
Wyatt
stupid.
Flynn Coleman, is kind of a really big time, photographer back in the 70s, 80s, and he had like all kinds of pictures, like because he took, he was really, really a photographer. So he got pictures with the Jacksons, pictures, all these different people. So one day, this is real stuff, guys, that does not go out to the public. One day, my sister took one of the pictures to school for show and tell.
Nice.
And, somehow after that day, people in the little Air Force base we lived at, you know, had the impression that we were cousins with the Jacksons. And
Nice.
so, like, it's my big sister, so I couldn't, I had to, like, follow directions, or else I could have been beaten up.
Right.
So, I had to go along with it. So there are some people who believe possibly that we are related to the
Right.
Jacksons.
What, man? So you saying you're afraid to get nose surgery? Is that? That's what I'm hearing.
Say what?
You're afraid to get like nose correct, nose surgery to match, or like what are you saying? You don't want to. You don't want to live the full dream. What about okay? If you don't want to get nose surgery, if you don't want to get nose surgery, that's fine. But what about this? What about this? Could you at least get Tito's hair? You know.
You can't make jokes about Tito. Tito recently passed away, man.
Well, I'm just saying, man. This is the show. Pay homage, man. Get that.
You're gonna make jokes about anybody's hair. Jermaine is right there.
That's what I meant. Not Tito. I'm sorry, Jermaine. With the
the
block in. Yeah, with the block in. Thank you. Okay, that's what I was meant to say. I'm sorry. I said Jermaine. I said Tito. Yeah, Jermaine's. That's what I meant. You're not gonna get that. If you don't want to get the nose surgery, that's fair. But at least get the block in.
Man, I just wanna sit down with Jermaine, dog.
He already talks to somebody about that. Somebody else had to do that for him. He talked to somebody.
Did you see the boxer the other night who got his knocked off?
Yeah. He took it like he did. He accepted he accepted accountability. He ripped it off at the end and laughed about it, which is fine.
Yeah, he won the fight.
Right.
He actually, I think he was on the Breakfast Club. It's like I'm with it though, man. Get your little 15 minutes.
Right. And laugh at yourself. That's important. He was able to laugh at himself as the actual thing was done.
You don't really have a choice. Can you imagine hitting somebody with an uppercut?
Yes. I almost say you should. Right. Hey. Ref, come on in here and check this out. Did I peel this dude's skin off, or is that a part of him? What is this? Right. Should I keep going, or? But then it seemed like he didn't care after. He was like, you know what? He's still going. I'm gonna hit this dude in his hair some more. And that's where I was like, yeah, that's about right.
I was saying I should do a photo book on Amazon. I'll have to Google that because I don't know what that is. Like, what is that?
So I can tell you right now. Now I haven't done one specifically or pacifically from Amazon. You know what I mean? Correct. But the photo books are these really affordable, basic picture book formats. They were usually designed for people that got a ton of pictures and they be trying to give, gifts to people for like special holidays, birthdays, right? Now you could do a children's book by all definition using the picture book format. All you're doing is uploading images. They usually, keep it down to a low page count for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't, as long as it's formatted and you pay the money, they'll send you a fully, formatted hardcover most times picture book, and it's actually pretty cool, man. So if he's saying
just for myself,
just from your images, man, I don't know if he's saying that you should put your face in it. I assuming that he's talking about you should make some children's books versions of that, but I don't know.
No, he said photo because I got children's books on the Amazon. But no, cool. I'm gonna do some Googling. I'm definitely not looking at the Lakers game while this is going on. So.
No. Why would you do that?
Foul. Wait, I'm sorry.
Why would you do that? Why would anyone do that? No. I said, why would anyone assume that you would do something like that?
Lemon Daddy is back. Yes, let's go.
I don't know who that is.
Of course you don't know who that is.
Right. Just glad you know that I don't know. All right, so now the melodies of this and that. Is that Christian? Now I gotta get speed lines all throughout this panel, but we're gonna move forward so I can get something else on the panel, such as but not limited to the wonderful thing that I love to draw the most. This is a robot, but I'm used to drawing. It's okay, guys. We're gonna get fast. I'll get faster as I go along. You know how this goes now. Marcus couldn't stand drawing those robots on page 3. Now, they only take 30 minutes. All right.
William, talking about Brooklyn should be embarrassed. Brooklyn is tanking, sir. They're trying to lose as many games possible so they can get one of these monsters in the draft.
Wow.
So, yeah, no.
It's a strategy?
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. Can't they just
Sorry, let's
play the game?
Also, the Bulls are the greatest organization that's ever been in the NBA, so
that's relative, isn't it?
to lose this game.
Nope, not you. Wait, let's go back one. We'll take you. We're gonna bring you down like that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go like that. I'm gonna just like that. I'm gonna lessen the thickness of that. Squish it a little bit more just for the sake of being accurate. Then, guess what we're going to do? We're going to take that. I can go a little bit thinner. Let's go a little bit thinner. I'm going to take that, copy that.
Come on, man. Y'all haven't been good since those maniacs let Michael Jordan walk. Did you see the trades today, though, here? Y'all got some new guys coming in.
There, that looks
good. I don't
good.
know if you heard, Marcus.
What?
Hello, Trilly was asking, should we see flexed tricep on the rocket swing on slips on?
I was going to draw. You can see some of these in these lines right here where I was going to imply that, but I would rather do it with color. He's a teenager and he's he is fit, though they are still in their teens and they're not like swole. But yeah, I was gonna kind of reference that with these lines right here, and then I was gonna actually kind of color it in to imply that that is happening, but I didn't want to make him like swole, like Debo. But you're right. That is a good eye, sir. Good eye. But yeah, in the fashion of making sure they are teenagers that are not genetically altered, that we know of. They're just supposed to be kids, They strong, but they ain't like super strong.
Speaking of genetically altered, we need to get on the phone so we can come up and figure out what these people's names are.
Who?
Our new guest.
What?
Our new guest people, like our new people we're exposing. Lil Crazy Man and.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we gotta come with some good stuff too. Hopefully, we can find something that is relatively, thoughtful and I got some,
What about
Lucius Fox?
For the girl.
Oh man, I like what you did there. It's subverted my expectations there.
My brain is a little bit mush, man. I've been working hard. That's a travel. If I was watching the game, that would have been a travel.
Hey, you're right. Ooh-ha. Gotcha. Whoa. Okay. Then, all of this is going to be covered by...
You're like showing the reference, even though it's reference of your own stuff.
Yeah.
It's not... Because, we've talked about it, but I feel like people think that reference is... Like, if you use reference, it's like a sign of lazy or, like, not having this skill or something. But you use reference in an effort to make it look as authentic and be as consistent.
Consistency, yeah.
And, Like, I've seen it, guys. I've been, like sitting, trying to eat my food, and he'd be like, no, hold your hand just like this. Like how you would hold the spoon when you're getting ready to eat.
Right.
He, like, zooms in with his brain. So cool now that we have like devices where you can take pictures and stuff, so I don't have to take clothes forever.
Right.
So yeah, I like that. Like you're not afraid to show it because
Hmm.
again, it's not any. Like people. I think that those do art sometimes have a misconception that
Right.
you're supposed to just produce all this stuff directly out of your brain.
Which is ridiculous because unless you really do have a mutant ability, and because there are some artists that have actual perfect photographic memory, and I'm jealous of those people. I want that. I don't have that. Like I saw that back in 7 years ago, and I know exactly how an engine block looks without any reference. That's great, man, and you should be proud of yourself. I don't have that ability, so I'm gonna look it up on YouTube or Google or whatever. But even the best animators, man, Disney is well known for doing it. It's called rotoscoping. But if you don't understand what something looks like, how it moves, and all that stuff, get somebody in the studio and then record it. And then even then, you have to then say, okay, how do I bring this, into proper alignment with what I'm going for? Like, how do I make this fit the style, or all that good stuff? So it's anybody. You said it best. It's just a misunderstanding, or uh, if anybody is sold on that being lazy or da 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 da, it's just you don't know what you're talking about, youngin. And I've had a lot of artists that try to boast that they don't use reference, and I'm like, I mean, good for you. Uh, but a lot of the best artists in the industry use reference, so it's not necessarily a flex. Ooh, I did that on the wrong layer. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, okay, I did that on the wrong layer. We got to do it on this layer.
See,
So yeah,
this
it's not
is
a
the
it's not
reason
a
why
bad thing.
don't like why it's hard for me. Like the people are asking me to get back into coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So this kid for Brooklyn, he just made a three, and then he turned around and did the calm down that Kobe Bryant did in Game 5 of the 2000 NBA Finals. Like
Mm-hmm.
we got this. The difference is Kobe was taking over the game in the fourth quarter in a championship series. This kid is down by 30,
Well, he's trying to tell you to calm down because he's gonna get the.
and he's like, he acting like, yeah, no, I'm that dude. Like you're losing by so many
Wow,
points right now.
wow, man, give him a chance. Maybe he's gonna catch up.
Come on. And see,
You
I
gotta
would
give
be
him a
like, hey
chance,
man, come sit with me for a little while. Let's talk about
man.
this.
Right, Coach, you don't understand, man. Working,
You're right.
working.
I do not understand this tomfoolery.
Just mad because they're trying to put style in there. All right, so the cool thing about fiery exhaust and stuff and smoke is that it actually gets more intense the further away from the source. So if you got like, a big plume or an explosion happening, it actually gets way more dark and smoky as it gets further away from the source. All right, so down here, again, our colorist is going to be able to actually make sense of this with color, no problem. But I just wanted to give some of this reference, as they call it. And then as it gets plumed out, right, we're going to cover it on up in here. Just like that. Boom, shakalaka, number one chief rocker. All right, number one chief rocker. Okay, got that. Ooh, we're using a lot of stuff, they say. I am going to draw on that so I can get rid of that. We can close this for now, even though I'll open it later. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so that man getting his face caved in.
I am. That's actually the next order of business, my friend. The next order of business. All right, let me get some of this. You should be, man. People been waiting a long time to see a robot that I designed from scratch get his head scratched, jacked up. I know I have been. So everything that is designed, you must also destroy it. All right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Got it. Get it. Got it. Shoot it. Shot it. All right, that's good. That looks good. Yeah. Got it. All right. So that's a speed, and I may actually do some Photoshop blurring to supplement that and support that. So, all right, now the melodies of this and that. The cool thing is, I'm gonna draw this on a separate layer too, so I can erase it.
Like getting that, some of that hammer's got to disappear a little bit, right?
Yeah, his head is gonna be here. If I wanted to be facetious about it, I could just go back here for people that don't know what they look like. This is who I'm gonna be drawing, right, y'all? I'm gonna bring him right over here. We're gonna take it right, y'all. We're gonna put him right over here. All right, so that's who we're getting. That's who we're getting right there. Wow. All right, let's get up here. And I want to, we're gonna go ahead and get this. Now we gotta wreck. We have to destroy this man's,
Brooklyn got B-boys performing in the halftime show. Along with those
You know the crew?
basketball guys.
You know who it is? You know who it is?
One of them looks familiar, but I can't. I'm trying to think of his name.
Let me save my work here. Always save your work, folks. You get comfortable and you forget to save. It's a bad thing. All right, just save your work as you go along. You'll thank yourself later.
I thought I lost like 40 pages worth of comic book script on Google Drive. Google Documents the other day, man.
You found it?
But it was just my iPad was acting weird.
Oh, okay.
I was about to like
cry.
Not cry because I'm too much of a gangster. I was gonna sob though.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna cry. Like it was insane, dog.
I may want to pull up. I kind of want to pull up the art from that Batman issue that recently, Absolute Batman, where he got in on them crooked cops. I kind of want to pull that up, but I'm not gonna, because I get it. I know what I should do to really reference this, and it's gonna be a lot of destruction, a lot of debris, and thankfully I don't have to color that. But the goal here is to show he's not made of like glass or rock, but he is made of like machine parts. So to show damaged machine parts, there is a reference of what I'm going to do here. He's not whole, right? He got to be smashed up. He got to be smashed up real good. So we have to show pieces of, let's say this visor is going to be cracked up real good. That's a thing. And such and such. But let me see if I can get this right. All right, let me go here. Here. Then I'm going to crack it. Johnny McCracken.
Break, man. They're doing like dance stuff that I don't want to see. Like, just break. Anywho.
All right, so then we're gonna crack that. Did you say you was watching the show where the dude black dude went underground because of some, was it Paradise? No. What are they calling it? Is it Paradise? Why do I want to call it Paradise? The gentleman that played T'Challa's uncle.
Oh no, I think is that one on Hulu? I think Hulu's the
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't have Hulu.
Well, get it, man. Support.
I already paid $2 million.
Support. Well, get Teresa's subscription. What is the problem here, man? You got a good actor who's doing good show.
Marcus is all over the place. It's called Paradise with Sterling
What,
K.
what
Brown.
did I say? What did I say?
You said, oh, that show that if you haven't
No.
seen it,
What did I call it? What did I call it?
the man that played it.
I called it Paradise, didn't I? Run the tape.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm gonna Al is asking, did I say my dad was stationed in Kansas City? Um, he was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas. We were Air Force. We were stationed at Whiteman Air Force Base. It's like an hour away from Kansas City, like 50 something miles. Um, our hometown is Sedalia, Missouri, which is like 20 miles from Whiteman Air Force Base. So, yes.
We just start breaking stuff off his head right here. Like it was supposed to be, his ear was supposed to be here, but that's not what's gonna happen. Put his ear over there.
Thank you, Teresa. She said you were unsure of yourself.
About what? No, but did I say it though? Did I say it though? That's what really matters here. I feel like I said it. I said Paradise.
Did he say it?
I feel like I said it. I was unsure of myself because I was like, that doesn't sound right. Paradise. I was gonna say Paradise Lost. That's a different thing. Totally different thing.
I just watched on Netflix. It's like a mini series. I think it was like 6 episodes, but it's a little. I think it was from like 2016 or something, and it's got James Franco in it. It's another Stephen King adaptation because there could never be enough Stephen King adaptations. It's called 11/22/63, and that's the day that JFK was assassinated. I'm a huge JFK assassination nerd, so I watched it. It's a pretty cool. Like it's corny in certain places, but it's basically about a guy who gets a chance to go back in time, and his goal is to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Cool.
I didn't hate it. It's got James Franco, so some people feel different ways.
When did it come out?
Days, but,
when did that come out?
I want to say it came out. I can Google instead of speculating. It just hit Netflix recently, but it's
okay.
I want to say it's from like 2016.
Right.
But what I can do is pull it up. Yeah, 2016. I wonder what channel it was originally put on, because it's got like cuss words and stuff.
It is something that is pretty common with streaming services.
Yeah, it was. I guess it started as a Hulu series.
Right.
It's now on the Netflix.
That's cool.
Jeannie says that book is a trip too. So Jeannie, did you see the series as well, or did you just read the book? I didn't read the book.
We all know you can't read. You don't gotta lie. What am I doing? Oh, that's right. But I feel like I should. I feel like it's a part of my job to make sure that everyone.
Man, I'm like deep in the streets. Like I've been to the site, like to the book depository. I got pictures of my kids. I was like, I want you guys to stand, on the behind the fence on the grassy knoll, and I'm gonna take some pictures. And they're looking at me like, this man is weird. So
I could
really do our thing.
Right.
Okay, you said no, it's on your TBW list. That's cool. I always like to hear. I didn't read a lot of Stephen King books, but I like to hear like people's different interpretations. Like I know Welcome to Derry was like all over the world for a couple of weeks until Stranger Things came back.
Who wrote that one?
Marcus?
I told you, man. It took me like a couple of years to actually accidentally watch the movie that just came out, and I was like, let me just watch it. This is stupid. I don't want to watch it, but I did. I feel like that's unnecessary stuff just floating in my brain, man. I don't really hate clowns, but I don't need to see one that turns into a demon at the
I
same
forgot
time,
about
man.
that. Never mind, man. It's all good.
Right. So I listen. I heard what was going on with that show. I was like, yeah, that sounds like something. It is.
Yeah, like Welcome to Derry prompted me. I never watched the most recent two
Movie.
series.
Yeah.
Not for any reason. Um, but I just never watched it. So
Yeah.
um,
You went back and watched it.
that series prompted me to watch the new ones. They were cool. The series was cool as heck. There's a
Right.
part that it was hard. Like
Right.
I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a scene with the fire and stuff that was difficult to watch. Not
Mm-hmm.
from being scared or nothing, but just knowing that like our people are really going, like facing that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, it's very real, and I don't really want to see it.
Right. Right.
But like that ending episode was kind of epic, man.
Right. The
Yeah.
whole thing, I got into the tinfoil side of it. That's the only reason I paid attention to some of the stuff that was being online. Some people were talking about how it's connected to other IPs.
Yeah,
Something that made me laugh was somebody was saying that Mary Poppins was technically the same creature as that it creature is. Yeah, I was like, huh. I listened to that. That was entertaining. It was like, oh, okay, cool, because she feeds off of the happiness of children, and it feeds off of the fear of children. I was like, oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
there's actually another series. I saw it popped up on my thing, but I was like, yeah, not tonight, Satan. But there's another series that they have on Netflix. It looks like it pieces like different characters from his universe
Right.
together. So
That was fun. Yeah, I had a good time listening to that, and I was like, well, that sounds entertaining.
I'm not gonna say who it was, but she said Marcus is a scaredy cat.
All right, all right.
But
Well, no, listen, man, listen. For those people who are entertained by being afraid, I call that a bit of psychopathic training, and I don't want to go down that road. Like, I like to be afraid to turn my lights off in my own house. Listen, man, to each his own. It's fine. I just like feeling like there's no demonic clowns that are going to pop out and kill me. And the only reason I would ever feel like that is if I just watched like 2 hours of that kind of content. And it was like, oh, I wasn't thinking about it before, but let me turn these lights on just in case. It's really weird, man.
It's called Castle Rock. It's a psychological horror anthology series based on the works of Stephen King. Features
Right.
2 seasons set in the fictional main town of Castle Rock. It was also originally Hulu, but they're on Netflix now.
Right.
And
Good
I'm
for them.
really interested because it's like you're seeing like the interconnected stories. So like one of the cool things about Welcome to Derry is what's his name? Dick something. The black dude from The Shining. Like he's
Okay.
Dick Halloran. He's
All
in
right.
there. That's such a when you say it out loud.
I was gonna say, man, listen, does he have a different name than this, or that's
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna say that out loud again. But yeah, that dude.
right,
He,
right?
he was actually younger in Welcome to Derry.
Oh, really?
Dude from The Shining. So
Gotcha.
pretty cool. Shataz said,
And this
"Hey, this is cool. I think it is."
cool, man. Cool, man. Welcome.
I was like, and Lucas Souza is saying hi from Brazil. What's up, Lucas?
What up? What up?
I thought Instagram had gave up on us because wasn't nothing happened over there. Good to see
Right.
you guys. We are working on issue 5. Marcus is drawing pretty freaking well, if you ask me.
Trying to do what I do, man.
Shooting the breeze, but we're answering any questions about the series or the process or
Right.
just anything. So feel free to chime in.
Right.
Thank you guys for having us.
Correct.
Thank you guys for being here.
Right. We're answering questions about parenting, you know what I'm saying, growing up in the 80s, 90s, and now.
Right.
Whole host of stuff, man. It's like anything that comes to mind, man.
Laser.
Correct.
Oh, Teresa, you seen Castle Rock? Thanks for telling me. You said it was so good. I'm gonna check it out. Right now. I'm having fun because Wonder Man. They weren't
Mm-hmm.
doing full 1 hour episodes just to do a 1 hour episode.
Yeah, that was weird.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I'm really freaking loving right now, and they're just doing the episode as long as it needs to be instead of like mandatory
Drawing it out.
So
right.
They're like less than an hour long, and I'm really having fun. They got three episodes out so far. I've double watched them all because I'm a Game of Thrones maniac also, and this just feels fresh. Like it's like different. It's a kind of a different kind of feel to the story. I've actually laughed more. Anybody else watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO? I've actually more in these 3 episodes. Like,
what is it about?
A lot of series. So it takes place in between House of the Dragon and the Game of Thrones series.
Game of Thrones series.
I think they said it's like 80 years after the Dance of the Dragons is Game of Thrones starts.
That's got to be pretty cool. That's a weird thing to get, man. I'm like, imagine if someone gave you you had to fill in anything, but it's probably pretty freeing as a director, right? Is it based on the books?
Yeah, these are all books. The only thing
okay, gotcha.
So far that isn't from the books, I think like after season 6 of the first Game of Thrones series, I think they had to make that stuff up because he never finished the Song of Ice and Fire.
Right.
But House of the Dragons is based off of the Dance of Dragons, I think, book. And then Night of the Seven Kingdoms is actually a book as well. It's a series of books.
Okay, cool. So I guess they probably learned their lesson. Like, hey man, deviate, but not a lot. Just stay on task.
Yeah, because like House of the Dragons is even deviating, which to an extent,
yeah.
Because if you do exactly what's in the book,
right,
then it's like. So I like it, but luckily for me, I ain't read none of the books.
There you go, man.
Right. Jeffrey Bailey is saying your work is fly as always.
Appreciate it, man.
Good looking out. Agree with that as well.
Good looking out, man. Thanks you for the compliment. I just be drawing and trying to make sure I draw well.
But yeah, so Night of the Seven Kingdoms is cool. It's kind of like a more grounded story. It's about Duncan the Tall, who's like he's a hedge knight, like basically like a broke, not a big deal type of knight.
Right.
And meeting young Aegon. That's my only issue with this is that they got so many people that have the same names. I'm like, bro, he's like, yep, no, we're just gonna have this will be our 5th Aegon.
Right.
You're just supposed to know. It's weird.
Nice. I gotta go back. I told you I gotta go back and watch Game of Thrones. Just for the sake, you've watched it multiple times, haven't you?
Man, I do like a yearly rewatch.
Right. I gotta watch.
Keep it in the system.
I have not watched it for the second time. I haven't watched it for the second time yet. I haven't watched my second watch through. My first watch through because I was very, very adamant to not pay for another streaming service at the time. So I didn't know any of the stuff. I had no idea with any time they were using subtitles. I was watching it on a bootleg. A bootleg way to watch it, and I had no idea what none of those different languages we're talking about. Man, I was like, well, this is Sounds interesting. I don't know what they're talking about. She looks mad. All right, what else? Oh, there it is. I was right. She was upset. So I got to go back just for clarity. And they did a great job with all the different languages, I thought. But as far as having all those languages, I should probably understand what context, what was going on, man. But great acting all throughout. I enjoyed it. All right, it's 9:07 on my clock, so I'm gonna get to a point where hold on, let me make sure you guys can see what's happening. All right, we're gonna get to this. Now, granted, this is important to also show that I'm not trying to prolong this, and I'm not gonna color this, but when there's a lot happening, there's a lot of action. Sometimes this is another. Hold on, we're gonna hear when you're dealing with a lot of action that's happening and you're not doing there are tools and other softwares that can help me do these speed. Let me zoom in for y'all. You see these speed lines that are happening right now? There's a tool in Clip Studio that does help with speed lines. But if you choose to do crazy stuff like I'm doing right now, where you are doing it by hand, that is the crazy way to do it. It's very, very tedious, but the actual outcome is far more controlled. That tool that I'm talking about in Clip Studio Paint, I would have to take this page, I'd have to get it into, Clip Studio Paint, and then I would have to actually select just this panel, and I would have to use that tool to try and really, get these speed lines to do what I want. It's a really good tool, but I want him swinging. So these lines are going to have to actually follow the actual hammer. And I don't think I can do that with that tool because it's very, very helpful. But when you get to like really trying to cater to the motion, it's probably just best to just do it by hand. But to do it by hand means I'm not skipping. There's no quick way to do this. So I'm literally drawing all of these speed lines, and that's the actual traditional way to do it. I know certain softwares have really cool methods of actually, getting this done, but it really is nothing like, doing it by hand because you can genuinely control every bit of the motion. And there's probably more speed lines that I'm going to try to add to this to really make sure it feels like all of this is going really fast. So I'll play with this more, but by the time you see this page, I want this to feel like this is like literally happening. And I need like vibration lines on the side of this thing's head because I want that to actually like really feel impactful. Like this hit, is like ringing this dude's whole body. So I'm gonna make it work. And pin him.
A really good comment I just wanted to say before.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jeannie Spears Bagwell said, I learned a lot about drawing movement tonight. Thank
Yeah.
you. So
Cool.
Marcus, if you feel like you've not made a difference in anyone's life ever,
I've never made a difference in anyone's life until tonight.
Thank you for that comment, though, Jeannie, because it's cool. Like seriously, it's cool that y'all are just even sitting here listening to us be goofballs
Nice.
and ramble.
Nice.
You could just turn the volume down and watch this beautiful art being made. So thank you for listening and participating.
Cool. See, and that's cool.
Can you draw the rest of this page in the next 5 minutes?
Yeah. What you want to do is close your eyes.
Nope. Like disappear.
And then I was like, you didn't see me draw it? Man, you must be dripping, bro. I was done. And I just saved it and I turned it off because I had to go get my daughter. But other than that, yeah, it's done. And then I'll just use.
I'm tired of you using your kids for excuses, man.
Oh, listen, I wish that.
I wish I could use my kids for excuses. They don't need me for nothing, man.
All right, listen, it's about to go down, man, because she's gonna need to get her car. Yeah, and I'm like, listen, man.
You feel excited right now, but watch. Like you been put the last 20 something years into this, man. And
Listen, man, the goal of every parent, man, is to let. What did the dude say? He's like, it's the worst deal possible. It's like, you spend all this time, all this energy, basically making sure you end up alone. And I was like, wow. Come on, man. You gotta understand. It's their journey.
the bad thing is, the better you do it,
Right. Right.
the
Right.
the worse it is for companionship. I just get lonely. Like I literally be having to like do a schedule. Like I can't
Right.
hit my like when my daughter was in my house, I'd be like, "Hey, we getting ready to go here. You want to go? Yeah, Dad." Now it's like, "Hey, on the 17th of February, I'm supposed to be going to this, and I would like to request your presence."
Right.
Well, you got to give me, you
Right.
got to give me time. Like what?
Right.
So
Oh man.
rude.
Listen, man, it's just the way it goes on Love Train. And that's the way it goes.
Rooms on love train, man. So did you know? Okay, so Bruno Mars and them redid it. Did you
Hmm.
know? You probably know. Did you know Drew Hill remade that song too?
I did. Yeah.
Ah, God, I heard it. I wanted to jump. I just take the
Wow, man.
confunction. I just take the confunction line for 300, Stu. I don't need all that.
You're a little late to the party, man. I've come
God.
to look. I heard it. I was offended, and then I played it like 17 times. Like, maybe it's not as bad.
Look, I was a little kid singing every line of the song, but still not understanding that
Right.
they're talking about a love triangle. That was actually a real triangle with the group members.
Right. Come on, man. Listen, welcome. Right.
Can you imagine, like a dude, right?
Right.
Cheating on you.
Right.
I mean, who's cheating with your girl?
Right.
Writes the song, and then you gotta sing it.
Correct. Correct. Man, this is
Oh.
it's really hitting home here, man. Listen, man, it's soul music, all right? Sing the lyrics. It's got to come from somewhere real.
Fighting everybody.
Listen, man.
All y'all knew about this.
Right. Yeah, it's about, maybe 15 plus years late, but that's what it is what it is. I'll never forget I was upset, and this is like going back to when I was listening to the radio, when Michael Jackson was making his comeback with Butterflies. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, man, it's pretty good. It's not bad. I can dig this. And they're playing it on the radio, and it's getting, everybody's feeling it. And a couple weeks go by, and they play the version that has, what's her name? What was their group called? Oh gosh, I can't remember the group. The woman who actually wrote the lyrics for Michael Jackson's song. Okay. And I didn't know that at the time. Okay. But I was highly, highly offended that she was singing. I was like, the hell? What is this? It sounded like a cover or somebody doing karaoke. She can't sing as well as Michael Jackson. I was like, get this garbage off the radio. Who does she think she is? This is ridiculous. What's her group, Greg? You know who she is.
You talking about Marsha Ambrosius from Floetry?
Floetry, thank you. Floetry. I can't personally stand how she sings. It sounds like someone's choking her and shaking her. But
wow, man, like easy.
Notice I didn't say that her songs are bad. I just hated the way she sung. So Lord have mercy, when I heard that song on the radio, I was like, get the crap out of here. What is this trash? I was so upset. I was like, who does she think she is? What kind of guy? You are not good enough. And I was like, it was the highest form of just disrespect. That was a good Michael Jackson song, man. I was like, that's Michael Jackson. And they let yo weeble, you know what? And then later in life, I learned that she actually wrote the song. Hey, listen. And I was like, listen, it's okay. No, because I was like, listen, you had the right to technically do it, but you ain't. That's like somebody trying to sing a Prince song, man. Come on now. If you ain't going to get in there and do it like Prince did it, don't do it. Just move. Just hush. And it was really, really.
I think she actually sang background
That's fine. That's fine because I didn't hear her when that one. Well, listen, man. If that's the case, I hate her voice. Yeah, I didn't like her voice. But man, oh man, was I offended? I was driving at the time. That's how I remember it because I was very upset. I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" I looked at my radio. I was like, "The hell? What is this? This is garbage. Who does she think she is? She is just no." This was offended like it was my family member that was being being. Yeah, I was like, this is not anything to do with me. But yeah, she wrote the song. I guess she had rights to technically sing it. But you ain't do it like Michael Jackson did it. You know?
That makes me think of the time Omar, when like he was working at a shoe store, and he came home one day and he's like, "Dad, you're never gonna believe this. I heard the worst cover of John Mayer's Free Fallin' ever." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Oh,
Right.
it was so bad." And then
Right.
went on my phone. I said, "No, stay right here."
Right.
Played, and he was like, "Yeah, that's it. It sucks." And I was like, "Dude, that's the original." And he's like, and then
Right.
went from like, "Okay,
Just
let me listen to this song.
correct.
You're gonna tell me that
Right.
rewrite?"
Right. Listen, man. Yes.
These whippersnappers are hilarious.
It's hardcore, man. When you hear the version, you fall in love with that version. It's not fair. All right, let me merge this. Now that I've done that, I can merge this fade. So this is now one layer.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I could maybe I'm
Don't jump the gun, man. You can't just jump out and say this is your favorite page. You're jumping the gun, all right?
You ain't even have to do all of that, like to show the.
I did.
Crackly crunching.
This is the equivalent. This, you know what this is the equivalent of? This is like starting a new movie, and the first 5 minutes are action oriented, right? You got to come in with the because there's gonna be sound effects on top of this. There's gonna be like
I think that's the perfect chance for us to use.
correct.
Booyaka.
You're right. You're right. Listen, Greg's been trying to get that in the book for a while, y'all. For a while.
I've been vetoed on several times.
Right. I was like, how do you spell it? How do you spell booyaka? I mean, I'm not hating on the term booyaka. I was just like, are you sure you want to start with this book? And it just goes. And I said, imagine someone reading it that doesn't know the context of that, man. Booyaka? Booyaka.
I'm going to put it in janky, man. I don't need you.
Right.
I want to accept my, you turned down my Jerry curl proposal.
Wow, man. Come on, man.
But in Little Rock Files,
right.
Jerry curl.
It did happen. Finally. What'd she say?
I want to see you color this. Not now, of course.
Whoa, man. Hey, we got to get the people what they want. I thought that was a part of the goal. Pretty sure. Look, 2 weeks later. Now, page 4. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of action on this page, man. Let me just kind of show y'all real quick, because we got weapons getting unsheathed and robots getting swiped in half, and Genesis gonna pull out her weapon of choice, which is 2 crossbows, energy crossbows at that. Guess who's never drawn that? Me. I've never drawn that. In fact, I've never drawn any of these kids using their weapons. So this is a lot of cool stuff going on this page, man. I can't go ham. Let me say it right. I can't not go ham on these. Is that right? Is that the right way to say that? Like I gotta go hard. And that's the only way I can think of it. Huh? Wait.
I just like, the thing that I'm liking about this process is like, we see this, but
right.
For, like the public, like to see like
how
much goes into, and I've worked with comic artists who are like extremely detailed like this,
Mm-hmm.
I also worked with some who aren't.
Right.
And it's nothing against anybody, but I'm just saying, like, the amount of that, you know, of care and attention to detail on these books is
Right.
it's admirable, and I can say that because I don't be having to draw nothing. So.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, you're right. And it's I think this is the kind of stuff to where if you never ever see this process, and there's art. Granted, I follow a dozen like really, really, really professional. They've done well over 50 plus books. Comic books for Marvel, DC, all the top companies. I follow those artists and I situate my skills appropriately, which is to say, I am doing okay, but I have not done 50 comic books yet. And like for instance, Arthur Adams is a like a Jedi Knight in terms of comics. If you never heard his name, go look him up. And he's an old man at this point, and he's still drawing comics. And when I say old man, I'm not being facetious. The dude is old. He's like very old, and I'm not hating on old people, but he has been drawing comics like for nearly a lifetime, and he's still drawing comics well. And I'm like, bruh, you're not gonna get me at 70 something years old to do any comic. If I don't care what you're talking about, but he loves comics, and to see him do his process, dude, is so cool. Because I'm like, man, I know I'm not there, but I get to watch the process. It's literally like watching somebody like put together, I don't know, a recipe of what you know what it's coming out to because you can see the sketch. But at the same time, it's like I get so much, value from watching a professional do something I don't do. And I'm doing comics, but at the same time, I don't do it the way he does. He's a traditional artist. He does it with traditional tools. He knows how to do digital, but he will still pull out that ink in a heartbeat, man. And so I'm just like, good grief. The precision of a professional is like magic to me. And they can do it confidently every time. And I'm like, bruh, that is not what I do at all. But I appreciate the fact that you do it. I'm not gonna start anytime soon trying to do this perfect on the first try. But that's what doing it for over 30 years does. So they've made all those mistakes. So it comes out so clean, man. But I'm happy if anybody gets value from watching this stuff. This is a lot of work, and there's no fast way to do it. If you're trying to be, again, we talked about this at the jump. If we prioritize quality, it's never just about getting the book done. Primarily, it's like, well, hold on, let's edit, every step to make sure everything looks good, everything flows well. I'll go back through the book, especially when I get to the end of the pages, like the last pages of the book, and I'll love everything I'm doing at the end. And Greg has actually sighed heavily at this, and I'm like, hey man, I gotta go back and fix page 1 through 6, because I actually hate everything I did on those pages. But after 20 pages, I've got a flow. I've improved my drawing skill in the weeks that it took me to get to page 20. So I go back and I'm like, yeah, I don't like any of these first pages, bro. He's like, what's wrong with them? I was like, well, you wouldn't understand, okay? This is wrong. The perspective on that could be tweaked. I'm gonna redraw this panel completely. I don't like none of this panel. I remember doing that for issue 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too. Jeannie said this is a drawing you can hear, and I agree. Like, can't you hear the crunch?
Yeah, man.
This robot's head getting.
That's the goal. That's the goal. But
I was gonna say fractured. That's more than a fracture.
right. And like I said, I'm gonna go back through because there's some cool Photoshop. I can do motion blur to kind of really like once I get all this done, that's gonna be a little bit cool. That's actual special effects and post effects, that I'm thinking in tandem. But even with all of this, I still want to show like vibration on the side of this head, side of his head here. So I gotta go back and I'm gonna really kind of get that in there. But yeah, man.
Man, I think the robot should be saying, "Bruh."
It could, man. It could do that. It could do that. I gotta make sure.
Robot language.
Right. Well, we can do that. You know, like it's trying to say something, but I think these are like. It's weird because we don't even get to see these robots get down, and that's probably okay. They'll probably get an update.
They get another chance.
Right. I was gonna say, hopefully they get another chance to. Correct. Correct.
Get another chance.
Right. 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 There you go. And that's all I wanted to do today, man. Is I wanted to actually show that this thing is gonna get just whopped in the head real good. And if I failed at that, I would have started over. But luckily, it feels like he got whopped in the head pretty good. But y'all, thank you again for coming through. It is 9:28. Okay, you know what time it is. Same station. What up? What we got? What we got? We got.
I think I know the answer. But,
Go ahead.
William is asking, does Paint Tool Sci read PSD files, or do you
Yes.
have to flatten the file?
Nope.
And the answer is yes.
They actually natively save PSD files just fine. I don't think it would have lasted this long in my care if I couldn't do that. But no, I'm saving consistently in PSDs throughout this process. So yeah, it does allow that, but it has its native format and it's SAI. SAI files, if for the, let's say for reference, the actual ink tool, anytime I create, lines with this file, this layer type,
Stop messing up my drawing.
then that's when, if I wanted to keep that information native, like I wanted to go back and adjust the lines or anything, I would have to save it in its native SAI format, and then I can go back in and play with it. But I'm confident once I get it done, I ain't going back and touching this hammer. I'm not touching any of that. We just gonna color that up. It's gonna look good. But if you wanted to, that's what the SAI file type is for. Now, next order of business is we're gonna get reference for this, because what's happening is, let me show you real quick before we get out of here real quick. Let me show you. Yeah, I know. This is what, where's his weapon at? Don't I show his weapon? Yeah, I do show his weapon. But where is the cover? First cover, is it down here? No, it's in the cover file. It must be in the cover file. Yeah. Oh, well, here we go. All right. This cover right here. This is the first cover I drew for Tuskegee Heirs. This is the actual version. This is a sketchbook version, right? So I drew this, and this is where I designed his sword. Sword, for those that are, traveled and cultured. It's his sword. I have no idea how I'm going to bring that to life in this one. Actually, I do have an idea. This is what it looks like in color, right? What he's going to have to do here is unbutton the holster, this little strap that keeps the sword in the holster, right? And he has to be pulling out the sword as he's unbuttoning it at the same. You know what I mean? Like he's like flicking his thumb to unbutton it, and as he's pulling the sword out. So that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have to make that make sense in this one panel. So I gotta get reference for that. I may have to actually get my son to, pose. Like, what you want to do is you want to grab it and pretend that you flicking your thumb up, and then we'll have to see what happens. But I got to get reference for that, because that's a weird placement. I've never drawn a hand holding a sword and trying to flick that thumb up. But you see, that's what the action is happening. I just got to get some reference for that. But we'll do that next time on Dragon Ball Z. Okay?
Which will be tomorrow, right?
That is correct. Thank you guys for joining. I'm saving it. And what you trying to say, man? What you trying to say?
I was just gonna say tomorrow. Let's get on a call so we can, plot out.
Yeah.
The next string.
Yeah.
The
If I
fight scene, you'll get to have a
Right.
a break as far as action and stuff goes.
This is what we did. For those that didn't watch us yesterday, we put together page 1. I went back and I did a little bit of light source here, just because I could do that. But I may turn that off, depending. I don't want to ruin. I don't want to ruin this part. This part. Right. I had a little highlight on there, but we'll play with that. We'll play with that. We'll play with that. This is page 1. We got everybody in there. I do have to go back and probably put Abel's holster for his sword right there. Yeah, we did page 1. This is page 2. I wasn't supposed to color, but I needed to. I needed to. It had to happen. So that's what we're stemming to page 3, where Slip gets that hit on that robot. First bit of action. Feels good. I feel good about it. We're going to keep moving. Got a good, what? 1, 2, 1, 2 really action-packed. This should go really quickly. The holster should go quickly. The swipe, I want to make sure that looks good. A lot of motion in that, a lot of speed lines. And then her shooting these crossbows should feel really good. That's what I think. And then we got Omar at the bottom responding to his, watch, saying, "Hey, man, get out of here. We shooting, busting up robots." And he going to be like, hey, man, I got to go. And then he going to run or something like that. That's not the exact words, but it's something like that.
No, I'm writing it.
Whoa, man. I'm just saying it's something like that. Right. But right. And this is a little bit of cartooned. I've definitely elongated his hammer for the purpose of just motion. It's not this long. This looks like a scythe almost with a hammer, but it's okay, man. It's just, it's for the most sake of motion. It's making it feel right. All of that is on the back layer. So we can turn that off. But yeah, man, thank y'all for joining. And I had a good time and look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. We're going to probably fly through most of this. Genesis could take a little time because we got Abel and Genesis. Remember, I added Abel's going to be shooting his sword. He got a laser functionality. Yeah, I got to put that trigger functionality in there. He going to be shooting a robot behind Genesis under her arm. It's going to be cool. I'm going to make it work. But yeah, deuces. Right, I'm signing out.
Yeah, and before this last thing, because Marcus has to get ready to go, but yes, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
If you have questions, feel free to jump in and join. Thank you guys for coming. Teresa says she wants to remind you of something, but she doesn't want you to get mad at her. So maybe save it for tomorrow because we got to get off of this thing.
There you go.
Or if it's really quick, but she typed that and hasn't.
Sounds like somebody's being extra, and it just seems like with all of the hate speech that you started with. No, no, bring it to the light. We're gonna go live tomorrow. Save your question unless it's burning or it involves like a lottery ticket that you want me to absorb. Okay, then fine. All right, y'all.
I said I was done, but lastly, if you missed any of this and you want to see the whole thing, they are being saved on the Facebook page.
Yes.
Tuskegee Heirs Facebook page, so you could gladly go there and watch it at your leisure.
Hear it. Deuces. All right, y'all. Bye. Check it out. I'm closing all of these at the same time, sort of. Yeah.